Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. A little bit rough. We got to get started. We got to get our morning started. I don't have a lot planned for today, but tomorrow, Saturday night's main event is going to be making its return to NBC 1 month after their last special. I didn't really hear any bad news coming out where basically it had low ratings. It kind of seemed like WWE was happy, NBC was happy. Maybe we can keep that partnership between them strong. You know, NBC signed up for SmackDown on USA. Maybe we can keep the WWE Network on Peacock, which would make everybody happy because we can still watch our WWE pay-per-views on there. But the WWE Network has never really been the same. I would hate to see it move from Peacock to somewhere else because we don't really know what the future is going to hold. Are we going to get less than what we have now? I would love to keep the WWE Network at least as it is today, where you can watch Nitro, you can watch Raw, you can watch ECW. It seems like the WWE Network overseas that moved over to Netflix, it's kind of like a pick and choose kind of thing, like it was with WWE 24/7. They're going to give you some stuff here, they're going to give you some stuff there, but maybe when you sit down one night and you're like, I'd really like to watch this, it's not there. One of the big matches that's going to be featured on Saturday night's main event is going to be Bron Breakker, the Intercontinental Champion, going up against Sheamus. I've noticed a lot of changes in WWE since the Netflix era started. The show is about a half hour on average shorter. You see a lot less of certain characters. It seems like the number of guys not being used in WWE right now seems to be increasing almost each and every week. You kind of notice people that you're like, I don't really remember the last time that we saw them have a match. It's kind of been talked about that the WWE tag titles have almost become a joke where you've never seen them on a pay-per-view, and WWE is almost getting to a point like with AEW is like they're like, well, we need more women's mid-card championships. Well, when are we ever going to see those women's mid-card championships ever being defended? I mean, obviously, if those titles get on somebody that they're building up to be a big star, you're going to be seeing them defended a lot. But when they start to fall on somebody who's been in the company for a while, they're just going to be pretty much used here and there along the way. I mean, with WWE not even really having house shows until the month of March, and then they're going to be sort of used less and less along the way. Who knows if they'll even be defended on the road? It's kind of crazy. But Braun Breaker, when Raw was 2 hours on the last days of USA, seemed like he was a big character that was on the show. Now we haven't seen him at all, I don't believe. He had a little bit of a dust-up with Gunther that showed that Braun Breaker is a guy that's going to be used in the future. But then again, he's only been on the main roster for 1 year. He got moved up at the Royal Rumble. He was a great NXT champion. You could see that he was like the face of the NXT 2.0 when they made that change. Once he lost the title to, I believe, Trick Williams, and you saw that his role was still on the show each and every week, but the storyline with him and Baron Corbin, he was almost like a secondary player. But then again, if they just would have moved him up to the main roster with nothing for him to do, he would have got lost in that purgatory state where you just don't see him at all. So I think it was awesome they kept him in NXT. Even after he had that huge Royal Rumble Diesel-like moment where he just came in eliminating guys, people said that he got the role that Brock Lesnar was supposed to have when Brock Lesnar news first hit the streets, and then they decided not to use him for the Royal Rumble last year. But him being Intercontinental Champion, him on his second run after losing it to Jey Uso and then being able to return it, he's young. He's only been in WWE for a year. I don't think he's done anything wrong. I think that we could see him lose the belt in this match, and it wouldn't really hurt my feelings because it would kind of make me think that as long as he is the former Intercontinental Champion, a 2-time one at that, maybe they're hyping us up towards a Sheamus versus Bron Breakker match at WrestleMania. WrestleMania having more matches with it being 2 days. Bron Breakker being on his first available WrestleMania, actually having a singles match, that would be huge. A lot of people, when they're drawing up on their dream boards, what they're going to do at WrestleMania, they tend to pack like a WrestleMania ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship, much like they did at WrestleMania 31, much like they did at WrestleMania 32. Sometimes to put more guys on the card, they draw up like the Universal title four-way at WrestleMania 33. Just to get guys out there. If Bron Breakker is fighting Sheamus for the Intercontinental Championship, win, lose, or draw, I'm going to be proud of him, and I think that he's going to be a big name. Bron Breakker, when he had his rookie cards coming out, it's still to this day, anytime I see a Bron Breakker rookie card, even though they've sort of chilled off a little bit since he's not the NXT champion and since he's not really been on TV in the past few months, you can pick him up like $1, maybe $2 along the way. If you're looking for an autographed one, that's going to cost you a little bit more, or a relic one. But I pretty much pick those up and I just stack those in my boxes as it is. Saturday night's main event, Bron Breakker being on the show is going to be a big deal for me. I think this is a big match. I'll tell you the truth, as of watching it, I really feel like he might lose this match. And it wouldn't hurt my feelings. Like I said, if we can move towards a singles match at WrestleMania for Bron Breakker, I think that's just going to be even bigger than it is now. And I think he can knock it out of the park.